Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Iroka Purpose Uchechi. I'm still that 21st century teacher and I am here once again. I just want to talk about making your child independent. I've observed many times that children who are babied at home find it difficult coping in school. They are less independent than children whose parents allow them to do things by themselves. What do I mean? At home, allow your child to pick up after themselves. Allow them to help you with chores in the kitchen, maybe picking beans for those of us who pick beans. Even if they are not picking anything, but sometimes give them an exercise. Let them pour things on the floor, let them pick it. Sometimes you find out that a child sometimes you find out that a child holds pencil like this to write, and they are struggling to hold the pencil to write properly. If the child is used to picking things with the the thumb, the middle finger, and the index finger, even the fourth finger, it will help them to be able to hold pencils properly or their pen properly. It helps to train their pencil grip. So you are not doing a child any good when you are always allowing people or making people do things for them. So it's always best to give them that sense of independence that they can do things themselves, especially when you know that it is something they can actually do. A child makes a mess on the floor. Tell the child to take a broom and sweep. A child pours his or her toys on the floor or something. Let the child pick these things up. Let them know how to pack up. As they are doing all this, they are becoming independent. They are knowing that there are things they should do, and it's also training their psychomotor skills. They're able to move around. They're able to make decisions for themselves, like solve problems, their day-to-day problems as a child. How does this translate into their learning? When you see a child who is independent at home, it will show in their learning, the way they take their task, the way they take charge of their learning, the way they take responsibility for their learning. So it shows in the little things they do, even in the classroom. When you see a child, I for one, as a trained teacher, if I see a child that has that independent spirit, a child that the parents allow to do things at home, a child that you know that they is not being babied at home, you will know in the way they carry themselves in the classroom. But some other children who are babied, you also know. When you're babying a child or making a child have that sense of I'm a baby, oh, people should always run after me and do things for me. There's a way it makes them to relax mentally. The child becomes, for lack of better word, but the child can tend to become mentally lazy. They don't see that this is something I can do for myself. Let me actually do it. Let me actually work hard and do it. So there are many advantages of empowering a child. Let your child do things at home. Let the child help you in the kitchen. Let the child help you in the sitting room. Let the child pick up after himself or herself. These things help them in problem solving. It trains their problem solving skills. Even in the classroom, they're able to do things for themselves. They're able to reason faster. They're able to solve problems in their own little world of being a child, in their own childlike or childhood world. They're able to solve their own little problems. And even in school, in the classroom, it also helps them. They're able to think faster. They're able to do things within a twinkling of an eye. They have finished a task that you know that is within their age, and you know that this child can do it. And that independent spirit also helps them to see that others are doing this. I can also do this. I should be able to do this. The child is spot on. So just engage the child. Let the child be independent. Do not baby children so much that they you make them less useful to themselves. Nobody is saying do not take care of your child. Please do take care of them. But there are some age appropriate chores that they can do. There are some age appropriate task that you can give them at home, and they'll be able to do them. And these age appropriate tasks help them to be able to train their psychomotor skills, even their cognitive skills. They're able to reason faster, they're able to think of how they can solve a particular problem, they're able to think of how to navigate through a particular challenge, even in the home. How do I do this? How do I solve this problem for myself and all that? You can also think of some games that makes a child unravel mysteries, some games that helps a child to think of ways to solve a particular problem, like hurdles. How do I cross over this? Do I need to bend, or should I lift my leg, and all that? Sometimes deliberately scatter things at home. Let your children look for them. Let your children look for them. Sometimes just engage them in activities that makes them to try to solve a particular problem. It shouldn't be screen. It shouldn't be their laptops or their iPads every time. Engage them in activities that you know can help them move around. Engage them in activities that can actually help them to think and solve their own little problems. This goes a long way in helping them in their learning. They are able to take charge of their learning. They are able to take responsibility for their learning. So I'm going to stop right here till next time when I bring you another topic as I encounter them in the classroom. Thank you for always staying glued to this channel. I know I've not been here often. It's been a while I came here, but I'll try to come here often to dish out these nuggets. I don't want to overthink it. I want to use my swimming motto. My motto while I was learning how to swim was do not overthink it. Anything my coach tells me to do, I do it. And that was how I got to where at the stage I am now in swimming. So I don't want to overthink this posting of videos or anything. I'll just come on here and we'll discuss, and I'll put them here, and I'm sure it will help someone who is in need of such knowledge. Bye for now. Thank you.